In this video, I want to cover something new in our EIA version 2, which we call kind of on-display instance analyzer alerts. And really what we're doing is being able to show kind of our EIA rules, kind of as you view a scripted record, to bubble those up and be able to interact with those particular errors. So one thing to highlight is that this isn't, we've added some what we call, I'll show you this later in the video, some formatters for the different tables, but basically this can be added to any table that you have, but let's just go ahead and show you how you'd add this to a form. And so let me go to script includes as an example. So I can go to my script include record, and if I go to configure form layout or form design, either which way, one of the things you will see in the list, and this is one of the formatters, and I'll show you which tables we've added this for as far as our package goes, but it can be added to other tables as well. Basically, I have this EIA record alerts. I can just throw that onto the form, and then what you're going to find is if there are any kind of rules that the particular record I'm looking at violates, you're going to get this little icon in the top left of the screen. And you'll see kind of as I hover over it, it's got there's 4 alerts associated with this record. As I click on this, it opens up kind of a panel. Now there's a couple things that are happening here. One is if you've already run EIA reviews and this record were to be found as a record that had an issue with one of those rules and had a finding related to it, it's going to have some of those already defined here. You'll see there's some options for me to actually interact with those existing findings to either mark them as remediated, skipped, or open them in the review workspace to work through them. If there's more details, you'll see those kind of in this list as well. So these are what that part is, active findings. The bottom is a live test of taking the existing rules we have within our best practices update set, our best practices rule group, and applying those to this exact record that we're looking at. Now, so as you see, I can obviously go and remediate these. Like for example, this doesn't have any comments, so I can in essence come in here, add some comments, save this, and then if I go look at this now, you'll see basically that on display rule is no longer showing that particular comment or issue that we had before. Now the other thing is it didn't remove the finding that had been previously generated through other reviews, but you notice it actually has a real status here of remediated. So it's in essence testing. I've got a finding that basically can be remediated or can be considered remediated, but it basically still is considered open finding record out there. So really all I can do here is I can do a closeout finding, and then that finding record will be no longer in my kind of list of active ones that are out there. So let me just show a couple how you'd add this to other tables. So if I go to formatters, and we look for name EIA, you'll see we've added it for business rule table and the scripting rule table as far as our package or our application. So in essence, these are already ready to go in terms of just going in and doing that form edit, adding that particular component to the form, and then it'll render those alerts. But if you wanted to add it to another table, take the exact same thing you got here, put in a different table name that you want to associate this to, do an insert. Now, I recommend doing it in the application of our Evergreen Instance Analyzer application, since this formatter and records are part of that. Just kind of keeps things a little clean to keep them inside that scope. So that covers what I wanted to show today as far as what we call kind of display record alerts, being able to kind of, as you're developing things, see what EIA rules are coming back as being findings or issues, as well as be able to, from the record, interact with the existing findings that have been made from another EIA-based review. Hope this was helpful. Thank you.